Good morning, Kentucky. Welcome to this ABC 36 News Update. Here's what's making news now. A man robs a Circle K convenience store in Nicholasville overnight. It happened around 1 this morning on Edgewood Drive. Police say the man came into the store wearing a red hat and a red bandana over his face. He showed the clerk a gun and demanded money. The man got away with cash and a carton of cigarettes. We're going to show you some surveillance footage now of that robbery. As you can see, he is wearing a red hat and that red bandana with a pink camouflage hoodie. No one was hurt. If you know who this man is, please call Nicholasville Police. Yesterday afternoon, storms hit Scott County hard, flooding roads, toppling trees, and nearly ripping the roof off of a store in Stamping Ground. The owner and manager of Bradley's Stamping Ground food store says they were keeping an eye on the weather radar when the storm struck without a siren warning.
I heard a screeching sound, and then the roof just lifted in the back of my office, and I looked up, and at that time, my manager, Krista Darnell, she came and grabbed me just by the neck, literally, and pulled me out.
Parts of Kentucky 227 between Georgetown and Stamping Ground were blocked for hours. A little south of Georgetown on US 25, Elkhorn Creek flooded a bridge there and threatened another about 20 yards away. A woman there says that happens in that area about once a year. The rains caused homes to flood in Powell County. One woman called ABC 36 News to say a neighbor called her when water surrounded her house. The neighbor tried to save the woman's dog. She says she came home and her house looked like an island. The good news is the dog was saved. The water has receded, leaving people with a lot of cleanup ahead. Employees at Kids Cozy Cottage Daycare on Bryan Avenue say a flash flood shut their daycare down. Water began rushing into the basement level of the building yesterday. That is where about a half dozen 4- to 5-year-old kids and a daycare employee were holding activities. Employees quickly got the kids out of the basement and began calling parents to send them home early.
About 2:45, we was all sitting down there watching TV after snack, and next thing we know, the water just starts gushing through the door, and the kids was like, oh no, and I got the kids up, and we went in the other room, and then they told us to go up the steps.
It is 42 years in prison for a man who admits to involvement in a pregnant Georgetown teenager's murder. Roger McBeth pled guilty to complicity to murder in the death of his ex-girlfriend, Ashley Lyon. She was found shot to death in a Scott County park in 2004. McBeth was convicted before, but it was overturned. And no decision on a lower bond for Dr. Stephen Hall of Harrodsburg. He is the man accused of running over and killing his wife, Isabel, with a pontoon boat back in May. He says it was an attempt to scare her, and the death was an accident. His bond is at $2 million currently. Well, that is your ABC 36 News Update. Be sure to check for new information online at WTVQ.com.